When I was younger, I grew up in an armed forces environment, and given, I suppose, what you could call the conditioning of my environment, surroundings, circumstances, what have you, especially as when even younger, I spent some formative years in a war zone. I always thought I'd grow up to join the armed forces, whether it was Army, Navy, RAF. I had no idea, but I was definitely determined I was going to join. We had our final home posting, and not a good. I have been from locals who told me when they've discovered that my current town was my first experience of the real world. They have looked shocked and horrified and commiserated with me. Despite that, it's not a bad place. But I lumbered on, and then I thought, I'm going to be a vet, because I love animals, good with animals. Used to help out with a veterinary surgery, even helped out in operations, which was absolutely fascinating. Admittedly, given my shaky hands, it's probably just as well I didn't end up a vet. Otherwise, there'll be some interesting moments in the operating theatre. But it's veterinary science in the UK is a highly competitive field, and you need some seriously good grades to get into vet school. Me and exams, although I knew my subject when I was out with the vets, getting those exam grades just didn't happen. And I tried an extra year doing some retakes to see if I could squeak them through, but no joy. So what am I going to do now? I thought, I know, I'll be a lawyer. So got started on some qualifications, which should get me into law school. And yep, me and exams just really do not agree with each other, which is probably putting it rather politely, because it took a lot of effort, but I managed to get one grade E for English literature in A-levels. And you wouldn't believe the amount. There is a grade, or there was a grade called N. It's not a fail. That grade just says, you've missed it by such a close margin that we thought we had to give you a special grade to make up for it. Cheers, guys. It didn't quite work out with me getting into law school. So I managed to get onto a course with a higher national diploma for H&D in business and finance. And one of the best moves that I ever made. The town where the college was, Blackburn in Lancashire. I met so many good friends there. I found it such a friendly, warm place to be. And I thought, yay, what am I going to be? Got no idea. I had these great ideas about joining the UN, becoming a famous diplomat. I put together a team of people to win the student union elections. No problem. I started thinking, is politics the thing for me? We steered our local union into the National Union of Students. Started thinking, interesting. Then I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll run for National Student President. That was interesting. My first real experience of public speaking to over 2,000 people, and admittedly to people who expected more. If it had been a small group, but that group, oh yeah, great bunch of people. But they were looking for somebody, a dyed in the wool political. I have no idea what the word is I'm looking for, but you can probably make a few educated guesses. So I did think about it, still continued. There are a couple of kind of fringe parties I looked to try and become their candidate for Member of Parliament. But thank you, but no thank you. Then I stumbled around, tried to get into pretty much anything, and I got into sales. And I'm probably not the world's greatest salesperson, but I made it in, so I thought I'll give it a go. And I stumbled from job to job, never quite settling in. The one that really looked as if I'd settle in was the one where I had my car crash. And, well, things changed dramatically for me. A lovely health history. And then it was, now what am I going to do? Because I'd had deep vein thrombosis and quite possibly 2 pulmonary embolisms, and I was still alive. And being blessed with awe-inspiring timing, I had to have that, the sort of the year that people started getting all excited about economy class syndrome, where more than a few poor souls had died on long-haul flights from deep vein thrombosis, which progressed to pulmonary embolism. So here's me, I'm trying to convince people that, hey, I'm not going to drop dead on you. I'm going to be a pretty damn good employee. I will commit to you. I will give you my all. And yeah, I don't blame them. I suppose if I was in their shoes, I probably wouldn't be that too keen to employ somebody who appeared to be a ticking time bomb with the health, especially a year later when I had my second Christmas in hospital with another deep vein thrombosis and pulmonary embolism. You might start to notice a theme that I'm a great one for making life easy on myself. But there you go. So kept battling along and doing the conventional thing, which is looking for a job, anything, anyone who would talk to me about potential employment. And those opportunities happened less and less and less. But way back in 2006, I discovered that you can make money on the internet. And I thought, woo, that sounds like fun. I'll be a multi-billionaire, which is probably what most people think until they discover that there's a lot more to making money online than the hype gives it credit for. And stumbled about, sticking with the made money online. Then I found myself in the relationship niche. And then, quite by accident, I came across personal development. And I thought, ooh, this is nice. It felt like I come home. And I think I have come home. It's where I belong. But if I just allowed myself to fall prey to the uncertainties of life, I wouldn't have kept looking. I wouldn't have kept asking questions of myself. I wouldn't have kept looking for opportunities. I wouldn't have kept pushing myself. I wouldn't have kept learning. You've got to do all of that. You can't just sit back and go, boo-hoo, poor pitiful me, because there is something out there for you. Whether it's something you create yourself, whether it's as an employee, I don't know what it is, but there is something there waiting for you. You've just got to find it. And in finding it, you've got to learn about yourself. You've got to grow. You've got to expand your mind. You've got to get your mind working on your side so that it's positive, that it opens doors to all your vast potential. Right, I've just had a look at how long this video has gone on for, and God, it's gone on a little bit. So I think I better call it a day there. My friends, thank you for listening. Until next time, keep living.